In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to create awesome product videos for a brand. This is something that's been heavily requested from a lot of you, so let's get to it. First step is to create a video brief or outline. Some of you may need more details, so you can go into writing a script. Fun fact, I do not write any scripts for my videos, but I do have a breakdown or an outline of my videos, so I know exactly what topics to hit during that video. And of course, when you create this video breakdown, you want to make sure that you give your client or brand full access to it so they know what's going on and that they're on the same page as you. Now, this outline can include a shot list, an overall product feature list of the product that you're covering in the video, and it can even include a production list or a gear list of what's needed to make this video happen. While you're writing this brief, it's important to really understand the product that you are filming. So use it, make sure you understand every centimeter of this thing, so that way you remain confident about the product and know exactly what it can and can't do. Now you can continue writing your production breakdown for the client. Here are some examples of a video brief that I send over to a client. It's very bare bones, but it's enough information to give myself and to the client on how this video can turn out and will look like. Step 2 is figuring out how you're gonna film this video. So you're gonna take your gear list, if you haven't already made one, make one, and figure out what kind of shots you are going to need in order to make this video work. So for example, I collaborated with a company called Beatbot and they make robotic AI pool cleaners. So I knew that I was gonna have to get some underwater footage for this video, which is why I opted to use the Insta360 Ace Pro and X4. The X4 is a 360 cam, so I'm able to get full 360-degree coverage, and I don't have to be too stingy on where the camera is placed because I get all of the camera angles that I want. The Ace Pro is an underwater king. It does a lot better underwater than most of any other action cameras, so that's why I opted for that. And of course, we get crispy 8K footage. I also wanted to use a 10-foot selfie stick because if we're filming in, for example, in this video, a pool, I need to be able to go underwater without actually going in the water, so that way we can get a nice clean shot of the pool cleaner working without any ripples or waves in the pool. And of course, you always want to get behind the scenes footage if possible for these shoots because you will want to share them on social media. Everybody loves behind the scenes. Now, a really cool trick when filming FPV shots or first person view shots, mount a selfie stick onto this clamp it down onto the product that you're filming, for example, this robotic pool cleaner, and turn off the stabilization on your action camera and look at the shot that you can get when you do this. Here's another example right here. It creates this great FPV shot as if the camera is directly attached to your body. Another great tip is to film as many details as possible. For example, this pool cleaner had a really cool look to it, so I tried to capture as many aesthetic shots as possible. Details matter, guys, and if your lenses can shoot macro, wow, you are going to have a lot of fun capturing the details for these types of videos. Throughout the video taking process, it's important to be as efficient as possible. Yes, I have a lot of camera gear, but that can sometimes be my crutch because I try to bring as much camera gear as possible. I'm a one-man show. I don't need all of this gear with me on set for these types of videos. So it's important to really just narrow down the essential gear that you need in order to make this video possible. Once you've captured your content, now it's time to talk about editing. And this brings me to the sponsor of today's video, and that is Motion Array.
Motion Array is my go-to source to find copyright-free content, such as motion graphics, sound effects, music, and Final Cut Pro presets and effects. For example, I used this awesome flicker effect for this welding scene for a supercar commercial that I filmed. I also used some of their colorizer effects to help me stylize my footage. I also downloaded some dust elements from Motion Array's catalog and used it to help me out with some green screen footage. And of course, I've also used their stock images to help me create a realistic background. Going through their whole entire catalog is overwhelming, but I promise you it's worth every bit of your time. If you use their motion graphics, you'll notice that they're not only realistic, but they also come in with pre-built text and drop zones. And if you use my link in the description box below, you will get $50 off your annual subscription. So make sure you check out the link and try Motion Array now.
Now, if you've done everything right during the production process, the post-production process shouldn't be really that difficult. I like to shoot a lot of my content in order. Sometimes I can't help but shoot it out of order, but shooting things in order, especially if you're going to be editing it yourself, makes the editing process a lot easier. I, for example, use Final Cut Pro. This software is incredible because Apple constantly releases updates for it. You don't have to pay an annual fee for it, and it just keeps getting better and better, and it works fabulously with Apple hardware. In the editing process, I use a lot of Ken Burns effects, so a lot of zoom ins, zoom outs, rotations. I'm shooting a lot of my content in 8K, so I can zoom in quite a bit. Camera motion is very important, but if you're filming things on your own, it's difficult to do that with gimbals or drones. You really want to focus on the camera that's in your hands. So in editing, Ken Burns is a great tool to use in order for you to capture that extra motion in order to keep your viewers engaged. The post-production process can take a long time, but if you like spending time on your computer and you like playing with different effects, things can really stitch along with the video editing process. I have a ton of video editing tutorials on my YouTube channel, so just go on my YouTube channel and search for Final Cut Pro tutorials, and you'll start to get the hang of how to edit professional videos. Now, my last useful tip for you guys in post-production is to use a lot of B-roll. Remember how I told you to capture a lot of BTS or a lot of detail shots of the product that you're filming? Well, use that in your editing. There should be layers and layers of B-roll over your talking head footage. Otherwise, it can just be monotonous and really not go anywhere, and your viewers might lose interest. So keeping that B-roll going, capturing as many details as possible is the key to creating a great product video for your brand or client. So I hope this video has helped you out. Please let me know by giving it a like, comment down below, and subscribe with those notifications turned on. I'll see you in another video. Peace.